Thanks for tuning in to another video on the MTG seal. We're going to get started opening some of these packs from our Devastation. To start, I want to talk about some of the things that I have planned for future content on the channel. I've got a couple sets of packs set aside for what's called a Winston draft. It's a variant of a draft for 2 players, since usually it's just the 2 of us that are playing. And then we have Solomon draft. It's another variant of drafting that only 2 players, for only 2 players. You can do more, I think, but it's supposed to be for 2 players. And then some packs aside for what's called Mini Master, or known as Pack Wars. And then I've got 2 sets of 6 for sealed decks that we'll do in, we'll open one of these in this video. And then we've got some set aside that we can just open or try to do some more content with if we decide we want to. So yeah, we'll get started here. I'll zoom in here so you guys can see it a little better. And as like we did before with Amonkhet, I'm going to open the 6 booster packs, just kind of go through all the cards and highlight uncommons and the rares. And then I think I will build the deck that I'm going to use and then highlight the deck that I've built so that it doesn't take up all the time. Of me trying to figure out what I want and going through that thought process, but I can go through it. Our first rare is Wildfire Eternal, 4 mana for 1/4 with Afflict 4. And whenever it attacks and isn't blocked, you may cast an instant or sorcery card from your hand without paying up its mana cost. As I was saying, I'll build the deck off camera, and then this time I'll highlight the deck before I play with it. That way you guys can get a little bit of my thought process and a little understanding of why I pick the cards that I'm picking for the deck out of the card pool of the 6 booster packs. So yeah, it's like I said, this is going to be for sealed. So we're taking our 90 card pool from the 6 booster packs and taking a 40 card deck with it. And Mirage Mirror is our rare for this one. It's 3 mana for an artifact, and you can pay 2 and it becomes a copy of target artifact, creature, enchantment, or land until end of turn. And we get a foil unsummon. Since Hour of Devastation is considered a small deck, I think it's about 70 cards, maybe exactly 70 cards, less than Amonkhet was. You're going to see a lot of repeats and commons, and with the sealed format, if you get more than 4 copies of a card in your pool, you're allowed to use all of them. Like if you have 5 copies, you can use all 5 copies. And our rare for this one is Hour of Glory, 4 mana to exile target creature. If that creature was a god, its controller reveals his or her hand and exiles all cards from it with the same name as that creature. I haven't been paying too close of attention to the cards I've been pulling, so I don't really have any ideas yet of what I want to go with. I like a lot of removals in my sealed decks. Definitely just helps you out throughout the game. But you're going to need creatures to win. Well, not always, but usually. Form Intelligence, 7 mana for an enchantment. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. No mythics yet. The booster packs for the sealed decks that I picked up, they were the 10 from my bundle and then 2 ones that I just picked up from my local game store, just so I have 12 with the bundle. And we pulled a Samet the Tested. This is actually, surprisingly enough, my second copy of this card. I got one during the pre-release. It's really cool to pull a Planeswalker, but this one I'm not really excited about. It's cool, it's fun, it helped me out during pre-release, but as far as Planeswalker goes, this isn't one of my favorites. But yeah, it's awesome to pull one, so I'm excited about that. Sometimes my problem is I'll pull a card like that, and then I'm going to want to lean towards going red-green, and I may not have as good a cards as like another color in red-green, but I want that one card in my deck, so try not to get into that mindset, but who knows, I might go red-green anyway. We'll see how they turn out. These defeat cards I think are excellent for sideboarding, but as far as your main deck, I don't think it's that great. The rare for this one is Imminent Doom. 3 mana for an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield with a Doom counter on it. When you cast a spell with converted mana cost equal to the number of Doom counters on Imminent Doom. Imminent Doom deals that much damage to target creature or player, then put a Doom counter on Imminent Doom. Alright, so that's my first pull of cards, and I'll have the next video with the deck that I've created and explain to you guys why I went that way. Thanks for tuning in.